What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Before I get into the video, just want to say, I'm trying to get some more followers on my Twitter and Instagram. So if you guys have Twitter or Instagram, want to follow me, I will follow you back. Both the links to my Twitter and Instagram pages are in the description. So you guys can follow me. That'd be awesome. I will follow you back. And thank you for everybody that has followed me on both of those formats. I really appreciate it. The New York Giants obviously had another terrible day yesterday. Not only did we lose the game, but we lost our best player for the season, Saquon Barkley, tore his ACL, and it was pretty obvious. The ironic thing about the injury is the play before he went off on the sideline grabbing at his wrist or his forearm, and the guys in the chat were like, oh, he broke his wrist, he broke his forearm, and whatever. The ironic thing is that would have been a better injury because in the very next play, tore his ACL, done for the season. Now, there's talk about the New York Giants bringing in Devonta Freeman, which is pretty much what everybody had said in the chat. You're going to take a look at Devonta Freeman this, Devonta Freeman that. And he'll come in here, and he'll be a nice fill-in for the Giants. He'll be a body. He'll be somebody that can spell Dion Lewis and Wayne Gallman. He gives us a little bit more depth. Devonta Freeman had some great years with Atlanta in 2015 and 2016. 2017, he fell off a little bit. 2018, he was injured pretty badly. He missed most of the season with an injury. And then last year, he had an okay year, but nothing like he did in his Pro Bowl seasons back in 2015, 2016. He's 28 years old. And again, he just comes in here and he just gives us a little bit more depth. He just gives us a body, just somebody to fill in for Saquon. Because if Saquon can't run behind this offensive line, I don't know how Devonta Freeman is going to fare behind it. But either way, it is somebody that the Giants have brought in to take a look at. And again, it's just kind of to fill a position. I don't think Devonta Freeman is going to make us a better football team. Obviously, there's no replacing Saquon Barkley. As far as talent goes, this is just somebody you bring in there, like I said, to get reps and to take carries off of the other guys. Wayne Gallman was inactive on last game against Bears, yesterday against Bears. He was inactive, so I'm sure he'll be activated. This season just could not go any worse. The Giants, they got off to the worst start ever. That first half was one of the worst halves I've ever seen. Give him some credit for fighting back. Got within a couple yards of actually pulling that game out. But when you're a bad team, it's just amazing how bad things happen or how the bounces don't go your way. Saquon Barkley tearing his ACL, it's just a bad break. And, no pun intended. It's just bad luck for the Giants. And even, we had the Bears stopped in the fourth down in the fourth quarter. The ball was deflected. I forgot if it was Dexter Lawrence. That got his hand up there, batted the pass off. And, of course, the center for Chicago ends up catching it and getting a first down. Now, they didn't score points in the drive, but it did take a lot more time off the clock, and inevitably we ran out of time at the end of the game. So if that play doesn't happen and we get the ball back a minute and a half sooner, maybe things are different, maybe they're not. But it's just funny how when you're really bad, things go the wrong way, and when you're really good, things seem to go the right way. But maybe we've hit rock bottom. I don't know. I was saying this in the stream yesterday. As a Giants fan, you keep waiting to hit rock bottom. And every time you don't think you get any lower, you continue to get lower. One thing I'll say is that, the defense has played a lot better. So that's always, that's a good thing to see. The defense played a lot better in the second half. Trubisky did absolutely nothing. They shut the Bears offense down pretty much that entire second half and allowed the offense to kind of crawl back into it and gave us a chance there at the end. But I digress. It's another video. As far as the running back goes, Devonta Freeman comes in here, and I keep talking about Javon Leake, and I'm waiting for the Giants to bring him back to at least the practice squad. Javon Leake was somebody that showed out in camp. He was very good. Joe Judge was very high on him. At the end of the game, he just said this was a numbers thing. They had to get rid of Javon Leake because they needed more depth in the secondary and at other positions, and it was completely understandable. But now it's Saquon Barkley out, and Wayne Gallman is always inactive, man. I think you should at least sign Javon Leake back to the practice squad and see what this kid has. Javon Leake averaged almost 8 yards a carry in his career at Maryland, and I know he ran a 4.6 40, but the fact of the matter is he ran those with cramps. He plays a lot faster than a 4.6, and at the end of the day, straight on speed for a running back really is not the end-all, be-all for a running back. It is your vision, it is your patience to set up your blocking and to make the right cuts at the right time. You don't need home run hitting speed. And at the same time, if they don't open holes for Devonta Freeman or Javon Leake or Saquon Barkley or Adrian Peterson or Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith or whoever it is, you're not going to do much. The Giants' offensive line definitely has to get better at run blocking, and I've seen some comments that the line ruined Saquon Barkley's career, and Saquon Barkley was trying to do too much, and everything else. I'm not going to say that's the case. I just think that's bad luck what happened to Saquon. I think the lack of training camps, the lack of preseason games, the lack of reps on these players is going to hurt them. We saw a ton of guys go out in that San Francisco game. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, not that he's out for the year. Bosa, he tore his ACL. He's out for the year. Going into this Niners game, there's a lot of injuries on the Niners side. Maybe the Giants could pull us out, a game that we probably didn't think we could win going into it, but maybe they can now. I don't know. But yeah, again, I digress. I start to get off topic and start talking about the Giants as a whole. But really, I just wanted to come on here and say that Devonta Freeman's probably a guy that they're going to take a look at. And if they don't sign him, like I said, you could go with Dion Lewis and you could go with Wayne Gallman. But I would like to see Javon Leake at least get back in the practice squad. They could take a look at him because I really thought that Javon Leake would be in our lineup by the end of the year. I thought not that he would start, but I thought that he would make the roster and actually do really well. I think he's a really good player. I think he's got a lot of potential. So we'll see what the Giants do going forward. It's a shame that Saquon tore his ACL. I mean, that really bummed me out pretty much the rest of the game. And not only the fact that we were down, losing a game is not a big deal, but losing, your most exciting player for the season, when you really don't have a good team and that's what you're looking forward to is just watching Saquon Barkley run. It's a shame. It's just a shame. You don't want to see anybody get hurt like that, let alone a guy on your team. So it's too bad. A speedy recovery to Saquon Barkley. We'll see if the Giants bring in Devonta Freeman. They brought him in to take a look at him. We'll see if they get him signed. And until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bad diggity dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace!